live. Hopefully we're live. So
Yay.
we are in Dallas, Texas, and I am really, really excited about what's going on and what's happening today. And some of you may know who this rock star is on the screen here, and some of you may not. But we are super, super excited to announce that the Jessica Hargis team in the Metroplex here is rolling into eXp. So say hello to everybody, Jessica.
Hello, everyone. I'm so happy. It's a great day. Everyone's really excited and pumped.
Fantastic. So we spent the day actually the last 2 days with Jessica and her team, and man, what a rock star team you have. Unbelievable. The energy is just absolutely through the roof, and I just can't get over what an amazing team you have built, and really in just a short amount of time. And your story in real estate is truly the American success story. Congratulations, Jessica, on everything that you and John, have done and built. It's truly phenomenal. And I know eXp is super proud and honored to embrace you and your team. And you're going to be a tremendous asset for the company and the team. And so, so many things I want to ask you. I mean, I'm just full of ideas and questions, but most importantly, just tell everybody who Jessica Hargis is and how you got into real estate.
Well, Jessica Hargis is definitely family oriented. John and I have 8 kids. I'm an adoption advocate. Definitely have several different adoptions at our house. It's kind of portrayed in our real estate family. We do feel like a family. We have a team of about 78. I think 2 joined today. And it's just been a whirlwind. I really started real estate, got my license in 2009. I went full time in March of 2013. Yes, I know that seems really crazy. Broker's license in 2016. We went on our own December of 2016 with 33 of the 34 agents. And then now we have grown since December of 2016 to 78 agents. I can't tell you, they're all awesome and wonderful. We all get along. The camaraderie is excellent. I carry a lot of their weight on my shoulders. I care about their families. I care about their success. And, we want them to do well. And we have the platform to really kind of catapult their career. A lot of the agents come here because it's kind of a steroid to get them moving and doing what they need to do, which is sell homes and technology that will get them there. So it was a really good fit when we looked at all the technology of eXp and just the core values. And really, it was a step in the right direction to give the agents some other revenue and income streams and retirement.
Absolutely. So you just said a ton of stuff. I mean, and if someone's watching this and seeing you for the first time, I think that they're already starting to get a sense for who you are and how much you like to give back. And before we get into eXp and your family at Jessica Hargis, tell us a little bit about you personally and your family. You have 8 children. How many of those did you adopt?
Okay, so I married John and was instantly mom to 2. They were 3 and 5, and just recently at 15 and 17, I adopted them. It's called a step-parent adoption. I don't really like using the word step-parent because I was mom. We biologically had 2. I have a 11-year-old girl and one that's about to be 8. That's a boy. We then adopted twins. Girl and a boy. My little girl has Down syndrome. She is healthy as a lark, and she's an angel baby. She had 2 open heart surgeries, was in the hospital for 59 days, and boy, did a community watch that little girl fight. Almost lost her a few times, but she is a miracle, and definitely it's easy to see God's work through her. Then we were led, I guess, to open our hearts and home again. And this time we were licensed through the state, and we were also open to private, because through the state it's very difficult once you have a big family. It turns out that we brought home a newborn, privately adopted, and a 10-year-old moved in through the state around the same time. So we finalized the 10-year-old just recently. He's now 11. His name is David. And then Blaze, our little one, should be finalized probably in the next week or two. So yes, we have 8 kids ranging from 18 to 7 months.
That is incredible. and you still found time to build a real estate company.
I don't know how. I know everyone says, how on earth do you do it? And, it's just all we know, and we love it.
Such a phenomenal story. And so what made you get into real estate?
Well, that's funny. I've always been in sales. Since I was 21 years old, I've always been in sales, always really, without being confident or conceited, always hit the numbers, top 10 in the nation. It's just one of those things that was born in me. I guess, my brother is the same way. So I was in outside freight sales in the transportation industry for 10 years. In 2009, John and I had sold a few homes back and forth, and my realtor was talking to me. And I guess when I was younger, I thought I was going to be an apartment relocator, and I had taken some real estate classes. And I asked her, you think those would work? And she said, because you have your degree, at that time, if you had your degree, you need less classes. She was like, you need to call Trek and see if those work. And I called and found out I needed very few. So I took a day or two off, and I just stared at a computer for a few days. And then when it came time to test, I, crammed like everyone else does, and went and got my license when the economy and the market was really down, 2009. Which is the same year eXp started.
How about that? How cool is that?
Yeah. And, sold a couple. It wasn't anything that I expected to be full-time. It was my part-time income. I sold a couple. The next year sold a few more. The next year a few more. By 2011, it was really more than a part-time income. It was probably an income that someone would make teaching or something of that nature. By the end of 2012, I just was really juggling 2 full-time jobs, and it was about time for me to make a decision. We were fortunate. My husband had a really good income that we could use to market and advertise. And like corporate America does, they changed the comp structure, and I was really waiting for a sign, and that was my sign. So, I'm a big believer in never leaving on bad terms. I met my boss for lunch, and he said, I already know what we're talking about. Let's eat lunch and just have a good time. It turned out his daughter had just gotten her real estate license too. So 2013, I joined Coldwell Banker at the time. Didn't really know I was even in the top 10% of agents around here.
And how many houses did you sell that year?
67 homes my first year.
Oh, wow. That's incredible.
67 homes. And to be honest, probably 63 of them were buyers.
Oh, my
so
goodness.
I was pedal to the metal driving around. I enjoyed
awesome.
working buyers. I love that when they see the one, that adrenaline. It was really fun, but it's a lot of driving, that's for sure. And then so that was in 2013, 2014, I sold 120 homes. Probably another 110 were buyers. So I was building up the buyers that someday it was going to flip around and I was going to be a listing agent. At that time, I really didn't understand what the big deal was about listings. I do now, but at that time I didn't.
That's fantastic.
I was just servicing people and enjoying what I did. But I knew if I doubled again, I was really going to croak and never see my kids. So it turned out that I definitely needed to start a team. Did move to Keller Williams, started a team, really gave new agents an opportunity because wanted them to kind of learn, hey, Tammy Jolly, wanted them to kind of learn, she used to be with us, our systems and our way of doing things. And not everyone does everything the same. So with our lead generation, I would give a lot of new agents an opportunity. Sometimes I would tell them how to get their license. And then we started our team towards the end of 2014. Won a lot of awards with Keller Williams that next year. We were the number 2 team in the region for Keller Williams. Number 1 team was purchased, so then we were the number 1 team when we left. Got our broker's license in 2016, and December 1st, we went out on our own. Very successful transition. 33 of the 34 agents came with us. And then between December 2016 and today, we have gone from 33 agents to about 78. And honestly, that's really without us recruiting. That was just with really happy agents using social media, spreading the word, being happy, rocking real estate, and it just grew. And so we are on track to do 300 million this year.
Wow. So 300 million. How many homes have you sold in the last 12 months? Do you know? Approximately.
Well, to be exact, we're on track for 900 homes this year. We've sold over 850 in the last 12 months.
That's incredible. And so, I mean, your team they just exude love and this, this teamwork. I mean, all of them, they're just so passionate about the way you guys do business. I've never experienced this before. I mean, I've been around a lot of teams and we've rolled in a lot of teams, but I got to be honest with you, I've never experienced just such passion within a group. And it just really says a lot about you and John and how you do business. And so I know a big part of your success is the way you drive business to everyone. And so from what I understand, you're also one of the top in the country advertisers on Zillow. And so what got you started with Zillow? And just tell everybody a little bit about that.
Well, everybody has their own opinion about Zillow or Realtor.com, hi Tanya, or Homes.com. And the reality is they are all lead generation platforms. For me, when we started advertising on Zillow, it was back when everyone in the room would be dogging Zillow, and I'm a gambler. So I had spent $500, and that's when it was cheap, $500 for 6 months for one zip code. And I had closed 2 new deals, and they both had buyer bonuses. So I made like $13,000 off the $500, and that's all it took to, rope me in. So I would sit in rooms and hear people dog them, and I would just sit back and say nothing, which I still do today. But I started really doing everything they came out with. When they came out with client reviews, that was just so awesome. We started getting all of our clients to give us a review on our service, on the transaction. And so that really is the icing on the cake. I mean, we do so many out-of-state closings where they have literally just gone online and read our reviews. There's something like 800 up there now because we've been doing it for so long.
That is amazing.
When you could start adding your past sales, we started doing that. So now, it'll show you where we're heavy in areas so they can actually call an agent that has experience in that area. When they moved to a team profile, we jumped on board with that. So our agents can have their reviews up underneath them and their sales and where they're selling at. So, people can call and ask for them specifically. Zillow isn't our only lead generation source by all means, but it's definitely one of our largest ones. And we take them extremely serious. It's a big attraction to the Jessica Hargis group, obviously, a huge attraction. But there's so much more that we offer in the way of training, in the way of admin support. It's just one of the attractions, but it keeps people closing, that's for sure.
And I loved what you said today. I mean, when you talked about, and you were introducing eXp to your team, which, you can feel that love for them. And you were talking about how, you're not going away. You're not changing anything. You're going to continue to pour into them. And I love what you said is, you talked about how you would even be able to give back more to them now because of this decision to join eXp. So what did you mean by that? I mean, obviously you've been thinking about this a lot, right? So what did that feel like to express that to your team?
Well, I think everyone comes to a point in their life, they look at what they enjoy and just what they don't enjoy, what you're good at and what you feel you're not so good at. And my team has always looked to me as a leader. And I enjoy training. I enjoy coaching. I enjoy mentoring. I enjoy getting out there in the field with them, helping them on listings. And then the things that I don't really enjoy is some of the legal aspects and some of the negative calls that you have to deal with as a broker. Granted, I'm still a team leader. I'm still going to have to deal with some of those calls. But this kind of gives me that outlet where I can really get in front of my agents and be more to them and help them achieve their dreams, their goals, be successful.
Yeah, I think that's awesome. And so if you were going to sit down with someone that's in your shoes, because I'm sure there's other brokers right now that are either in the process of looking at eXp or have been thinking about eXp. And what I have learned is the biggest thing that gets in the way with a broker coming to eXp is sometimes their ego, right? They want it to be their company and their name. And I didn't sense any of that in you. I mean, for you, this was all about what was best for your team. And, so what would you say to that broker out there about your transition if they're thinking about eXp?
Well, I certainly am not going to lie to you. This has been going on for several months, and there is a part of you that this is your baby. This is the business that you've built, and you've sacrificed so much time away from your family that there is, someone's been following my daughter's journey. That's awesome. That's awesome. This is, it's your thing. It's what you worked, those first 2 years, 3 years, grinding. So I don't think it's an ego thing. It's just a part of, oh God, I'm losing my company. And I think once I got past that and I saw this as, no, I am taking this to a greater level. I am at a point that I want to give my agents a deeper technology. I want them to be able to track where they are at any given time, whether that's just their transactions, their take-home pay. John right now is the master at Excel spreadsheets. He could do anything you want him to on Excel spreadsheets.
He's amazing.
But at the end of the day, that's not really how we want to give the agents their production. We want them to be able to pull it up and just have greater tools and a greater system than I feel we were at right now. And with our large family, we do have limited time to keep interviewing different systems and different technologies and trying this and trying that. So for me, I saw this as a way to continue to grow and also provide the agents with so much more than I feel we could provide right now. And as far as my ego, I don't have much of an ego.
You can't have an ego and have 8 kids, right?
I've got a really big heart, and sometimes that gets in the way of being, business, because I tend to lead with my heart. And every once in a while, I have to take a step back and say, hey, I'm still running a business, and I got to make a business decision. But we keep an open door policy, and the agents always know that they can come talk to us.
Yeah. And they sense that, I think. And so it does open up so many doors. So what are you most excited about? I mean, I know this transition is a lot, right? And the move is a lot. And so you're just overwhelmed with, all the different aspects of just getting the transition done. But beyond that, once that's behind you and everyone's settled in, what are you most excited about in joining the eXp family?
Well, I've always said what gets me the most is to hear my agents' success stories. That is what makes me happy. That's what makes me smile and giddy. So, if it's the attraction model and they are able to attract 6 or whatever that is, that's going to be truly just inspirational to me. If it's the stock, if it's someone, I think with my agents, I know them on several of them on a very personal level through some hardships. And I know some that have been able with my team to pull themselves and their family out of those hardships. So seeing them just take this and maybe make more money through the revenue sharing or through the stock, saving through the stock program that they can use. I think just really seeing those success stories is what's going to really motivate me, just to give them extra attention, to do everything I can to be the best leader and mentor for them. I'm excited about, being back out in the field. In fact, on Wednesday, even after a knee surgery, I've got 2 listing appointments with agents that said they just really want you to be there. And so these are luxury homes, and excited about getting out there with them. I hope I'm not too drugged up to win the listing. I had knee surgery on Friday, so it couldn't come at a better time. But yeah, I'm excited to see what the agents can do with this model. That is what I am most excited about. My heart is in these agents. We take them on not just as agents, but as part of our extended family. I carry their families on my shoulders, even when sometimes I shouldn't. That's just me.
Well, your heart is truly amazing, and it shows. I mean, and I've said this several times, but I could never say it enough. I mean, truly amazing what you have done. And one thing that you said today in the meeting that really, some people get this early, but I don't think anyone that has come on board right from the beginning, I've never heard them say this before. And you said this today, and I thought, wow, man, she gets it. That is awesome. And that's when you were talking about those people in the room that maybe want to go out and build their own teams and go on their own. And you're like, man, if you want to do that, we encourage it. Go get it. Go do it. And this model allows that. And so many times in real estate, in our market, we've experienced it so many times where you help people, you build them up, and then they go on their own, and they feel bad because they're leaving you, and you feel bad because they're leaving you, and also you're not going to get any revenue from that. So you're excited for them leaving, but there's that part of you is like, oh, now I got to replace that income. And this model really allows not only for them to go out and build their own team and prosper in that way, but it allows you to really mentor and coach, encourage them to do that, and it salvages the relationship. And there's no better model than that. Right.
Absolutely. I mean, and that's really what I was trying to tell them. Of course, I would love all my agents to stay with the Jessica Hargis group. But there are some that want to build a team, and I want to be able to encourage that and promote that and help in that system. And so, whether it's now or it's in the future, this model allows them to still stay close to us and really for me still to make revenue share off of them as they build their team. So you really couldn't find a better system when you have really successful agents that are now ready to move on to their next dream. And if that dream is a team, no better place. I have one that wants to be a broker. Now, she may change her mind after seeing eXp. You never know. I just want to be able to encourage whatever their dreams are and their successes and be the one to help and motivate. And John, he's operations, but everybody knows he's got a huge heart. He's the jokester of the team. He loves to give everyone a hard time. I'm sure everyone will see that pretty quickly. So.
Yes, he is a funny guy. He cracks me up. And he loves showing his avatar today.
Oh, yeah.
And that was pretty neat. It's too bad we couldn't get him on the speedboat.
I'm afraid that him and my kids are going to be around the computer and he's going to be, doing the avatar thing.
Yeah, well, you guys are going to be amazing and have a lot of fun. And, it's going to be amazing for your business. So we're so excited for you. In closing, and golly, there's just so many more things that I want to ask you, but we'll start to wrap it up here. So, I think there's there's no question that eXp is just exploding. eXp is onboarding teams and agents and companies just as fast as we can get them on board, really. This is a phenomenon that's never happened in our industry before, similar to what, Netflix did and Amazon. And so it was time for a model to come along that really put agents first. And you exemplify that as a team leader. And so for someone that's watching and maybe has been in real estate for a year or two, or maybe 3 or 4, and they want to build a team and they're thinking about the team, what would you say to them is the number one ingredient that has made you successful as a team leader?
Wow. That's a great question. I know several of my team.
I didn't mean to put you on the spot. I'm sorry I put you on the spot. I didn't tell you I was going to ask you.
I never ask anyone to do something that I'm not willing to do. I've never held back any of my trade secrets. I want them to be successful. Once I could get out of taking the leads and really pull back from production, I did, so I could give them more and more of the business. I think that as a team leader, you truly have to care about people, and you truly have to see what their goals are and where they're trying to go with their career. And anytime you're looking at career, most of them, whether it's just husband and wife or whether they have 3, 5, 8 kids, their career is about their family. We work for our family. And I think any team leader has to understand that they are looking at everything from a family standpoint, which they should. So I think that our camaraderie has always been awesome. Another thing, too, is with leads, we're kind of putting all of our marketing dollars back into the bucket. So we want everyone closing because if they're not closing, we're wasting leads. So everyone here is helping everyone, whether it's a new agent and we're showing up to do their first offer. It's kind of the same concept at eXp, where everyone is helping everyone because there's revenue share, because they're all stockholders, because it's an employee-owned, type company. It's the same about a team. I think if you all feel like you're putting your dollars together, you're helping each other, it just has a camaraderie like no other. And boy, when we get together for our Christmas parties, it is a rock star night.
I want an invitation
amazing.
to that party.
Yeah.
I have heard that is an incredible night. So I think that's probably a pretty hot ticket. And we look forward to getting to know you and your agents more, and partying with you at the eXp events, and just having a great time. Well, this has been a pleasure for me. I've really enjoyed getting to know you and John better. And last thing, just what would you like to say in closing to anyone? I know you use social media a lot. I mean, your team uses it a lot too. There were 3 girls sitting beside us at lunch today. Now, we got to go. We've got a Facebook event, right? And so they were so excited. So you guys are using social media every day to get business, right? I mean, that's a big part of what you do.
Mm-hmm. Not only to get business, it's unbelievable that we really haven't had to recruit, so to speak, because our agents are on social media. And it may just be selfies where they're showing houses. It may be, hey, I'm so excited to close 3 homes this week, or I've had 7 closings this month, whatever the case may be. They're constantly advertising Jessica Hargis Group and their extreme happiness. And so, other agents call them to ask what's going on. And I think it's the same thing with eXp. There's a reason Jessica and John were interested in this when it was presented to us. And if there's anyone out there that is interested in looking into eXp, certainly contact us and we will hook you up with the right people, because there is a reason to look at them. And I promise you probably won't be disappointed, because once you see it, you can't unsee it. It's a phenomenal company, and I think you're going to see great things in the next 10 years for sure.
Absolutely. The future's so bright. I got to wear shades, right? Well, it has been a pleasure. Again, we are so excited for you and your team, and it's going to be an amazing time seeing what your team does at eXp. And so big shout out to all of our team and our groups out there. A lot of love coming through. You can see the passion with all the comments that are coming in, right? And so people are, this company that we're all shareholders in, and we all have an ownership and a stock in, and we collaborate together and we share ideas together. And I know many of these people are going to be reaching out to you immediately, congratulating you and picking your brain. And we're going to have to get you in eXp World to do a training very soon. So I'm sure our team will be reaching out to you for that. So give your big family a hug for us, and you have a great evening. Nice having you on our interview today, and go eXp.
Yeah, thank you.